Okay, it is happening. You have been working your booty off, building your business, making magic happen, and then you're like, holy smokes, what do I do now? I so clearly remember calling my first business coach, Dana Corey, and saying, what on earth is happening? Like, there's all of this like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, about all of the changes that were happening in my business and how amazing it was when I first started having business growth. And then it created this brand new problem, which was, it was just me. So once your business starts to grow, you have to actually at some point think about the idea of bringing on team members. Dun, dun, dun. So today, that is what I'm going to help you to do. Whether or not you already have a team, or if you're looking to get your very first team member, this is for you. We have been growing and building at my business, The Prepared Performer, and we have so many strategies that we've put in place so that we can continue to serve, continue to grow, and continue to build our team. Yeah, I'm so stoked. Hello, thank you. Also, I just want to make one little like non-evergreen time-sensitive announcement, which is we are 3 hours earlier than usual if you're watching this live right now. So I want to thank you for being here. I wasn't sure if it would actually work. I thought maybe we'd have no one on. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you that I don't know, my name is Molly Mahoney, and I love being here with you on Wednesdays at BeLive TV. Yes, this is your morning meditation. I love it, Lisa. Yeah, hello, Tamar. Yes, I was a few minutes late because I was talking to my team. How amazing is that? Perfectly fitting. Hooray. All right. So yes, I'm here. So you want to know what really happened, why I was late? If you want to know why I was late, tell me or comment below and say, give me the secret, and I'll tell you what happened. Because we actually had a minor freak out disaster just happened, but I'm here with you and I'm going to pretend like nothing's wrong because I have team members who can handle it. So also, if you want my secret list of automation tools that I use with live video, comment below with the word team, because one of the things we're going to be talking about today is the fact that sometimes you can just start with this is actually one of the tips I'm going to give you later, but you can start with tools that can help you instead of actual real human beings. Eventually you want to bring on human beings. But if you're not quite there yet, or if you want to actually be able to give your human beings more important tasks, comment below with the word team for our automation tools. Yeah, and then remember, the way that this works is we will send you a message via Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and then you have to reply to that message with the word team. So when I started this, I could see that 10 of you had already asked for it, and only 3 of you had actually replied to get it. So make sure that's like a horrible ratio. So make sure that you reply to our Messenger bot that has sent you a message. Yes. Okay, Darla, let's go in. I love to like be totally transparent with you. I'm going to tell you the secret. So I'm in a hotel right now in Tucson. At some point during this stream, I'm going to take you outside because the view from my balcony is so amazing. And I got Kelly, my amazing business partner team member, is actually just arrived after a red eye. She flew to Orlando because we're going to funnel hacking live so that we can learn all kinds of ninja strategies to share with you. And she had a 2-hour delay. She got to the hotel. We both had confirmed with the hotel that she was going to be getting in late because we didn't want them to give the room away to anyone else. We both had email confirmations, and they didn't have our room booked at all. So she messaged me and was like, I don't know what's going on. So I got that message literally 2 minutes before I was supposed to go live. So she was like, I'll handle it, but I wanted to make sure that she was okay because I know she's had a red eye. So send to Kelly your love and make sure that she actually gets into a hotel room. Yikes. All right, Tucson. Yes, Darla. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes. I didn't even put it together that it was you. Darla asked an awesome question about where to go live on Facebook, and that is one of my favorite things to talk about. However, that's not what we're talking about today. Today we are talking about building a team. And if you're wondering how I'm sharing these things in the bottom of my screen, before we get into our 7 steps, I'm going to give you a 7-step strategy for building a team. Before we get into that, I'm going to show you really quick with a screen share how I am doing this, because BeLive TV is so cool. And if you've never used BeLive TV before, comment below with the word new. And I'm working on making sure that someone from the amazing BeLive team will connect with you and get you a free trial. Actually, once you comment below with the word team and then reply with the word team, Not only will you get the automation tools, you'll also get access to a free 2-week trial of this cool tool. Okay, so let me show you really quick how I'm doing this. So, yay, Darla, yay, Rachel. Oh, awesome, Cam Fam. Do we have any other Cam Fam members in the house? Cam Fam is my amazing course on how to use Facebook Live so that you can rock your biz. Okay, check this out. This is the backside. Ooh, I'm showing you my whole desktop. Good thing I cleaned off some of my screenshots before I started this, because I usually have 7,000 screenshots on my desktop. Is anyone else a screenshot hoarder? I have a serious problem. I use screenshots all the time. Okay, so this is the agenda feature with BeLive. It's so cool because back here from this dashboard, look what I can see. I can create this little frame, which I'm going to turn off so that you can see the whole screen. Yay, so many new people. Daniel, are you watching? We have all these new people in the house. I love it. Cam Fam, yes, Kimberly. Kimberly's in Phoenix. Rachel is brand new to the Cam Fam. I love it. Yes, Shelly, Cam Fam, I love it. So good. Yes, Sandy, we're all going to send love to Kelly, totally, because she's stuck. She said that she pitched a fit and showed all of her confirmation emails. Okay, so look at this. This is the dashboard that you see in BeLive. We can have up to 4 guests on at one time, which is totally crazy. And soon we're going to do a community show here on Wednesday. Not today, because I have to go quick to get to my speaking engagement here in Tucson. But it's so cool because you can just share this link down here. See this link right here? When I copy it and share it, anybody can come on and get into the lobby. I also, check this out, I preloaded a photo ahead of time. And when I click solo, watch. I was planning on sharing 5 strategies, but I'm giving you more. So I actually am sharing 7. But this is the image that I created, and I was going to use this as the thumbnail for this video. Super cool. Hey, Susan. Hi. There's 2 Susans. Susan Madden, Smart Molly is my favorite new hashtag. I love you. Okay. Darla, it's our awesome course. I can send you information about it if you want. It's so fun. Okay. Check this out. So, can you see how you can see my little photo right here? That's because, or that's a video actually. So this is the solo mode. When you click solo, it takes over the whole screen, right? And I also love when I bring this up, see how boring that looks because I'm like in my hotel room squashed on the floor trying to find the best lighting, but watch this. Whoa, we're super cool now. And one last little thing, when I click solo again, it goes back to all 3. I can change it like this. What? And check this out. This is my favorite. So, oh my gosh. What? Jennifer Dunham, how are you here? Oh, it's earlier. Maybe you can be here because it's earlier. Maybe we should always do the video at 9 a.m. Pacific. If you want us to change the time to 9, comment below with the word 9, with the number 9. Okay, watch this. This is brand new with BeLive TV. So, there's these call to action scrolling magical things that we can put on the bottom of the screen. And before we dive into all of our tips, I am going to show you how to do this. You can do an agenda item just by clicking agenda item, which is the static, bonk, just like straight up words that are not moving, or you can add the call to action. And when you do the call to action, watch. And you can even, if you're super ninja, you can even add a star, right? So I add the call to action and then I scroll down here and I click show and then what? Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, super cool. Maybe we'll change the time. That means I have to get up earlier, but maybe we'll change the time. All right, I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, isn't that so cool? It's brand new. I love BeLive. They are working on so many cool tools for us. I can see all the comments that are coming in already. Ooh, this is the last little thing before we dive into all of our 7 strategies. You see the reactions right here? This I think is new too, actually. Click on see all. Wait, let me make this solo so you can actually see. Okay, the reactions right here. Watch this. I can see all of the reactions. So I can see everyone who gave a heart. So I can say, Deidre, Jennifer, Lisa, Rosemary, Yvonne. So good to see you guys. Sharon from Spain, calling in, Christine. I can see that you all gave hearts. So what I want us to do is a fireworks show. I want a firework of hearts across the bottom, and we're going to watch this change. So as we do hearts, hearts, heart, 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 watch. Let's see what happens. Ready? I'm waiting. I know there's a delay too. Okay, the numbers are going up with the hearts. Isn't that so cool to watch it go up in real time? Oh my gosh. 49. Whoa. Yes. So good. And then I can see your faces here too. So people I know like Kim, Catherine. Oh, look. And when I scroll over it, Tamar, Donna, I love it. So good. You know what would be really cool is if it tracked the shares as well. 62. Yeah. Okay. So fun. All right. So we're going to jump into this. Thank you for the fireworks show. I love it. And then it's super easy to like close things out, navigate around here. I'm going to make this solo again. Boom. And then I'm going to do this to put our little frame back on. And I'm going to do this to let you know that you can comment below with the word team. Ooh, I did one more too. You guys share this video. We're doing something super cool. So on our next Facebook Live, I am going to go through and I'm going to look at everyone who commented below our videos and posted and commented with the word share. We're going to go through them. We're going to put them into the random number generator. And I'm going to pick some of you to be highlighted on our next show as like sponsors of the show. So you'll get a shout out for sharing. And I think it's awesome. Okay, now we're going to dive into this goodness. So talking about team, let me know in the comments below. Are you someone who already has some team members in place? Or are you looking to just hire your very first team member? I've been through so many stages of this. I've hired VAs in the Philippines. I've hired VAs here. I live in the States, so I've hired VAs in the States. I have an amazing VA who lives in Canada right now. I'm also bringing on several people from different countries too, which is really cool. And that adds a whole new level because there's like different time zones and stuff. I've had high school students as my team members. I've had college students as my team members. I have an amazing team member named Shannon who has been with me for several years, and she just had a baby, which is so cool. So that's been really amazing and fun. Also, Yvonne says she needs to hire. Sherry shared. Thank you. Francine already has team members. I love it. So this will be good for you too, Francine. Deidre shared, Jennifer shared, Deb shared, Susan shared, Sandra just started one. I love it. Julie has VAs. All right, so we got to a point where I knew that it wasn't going to be enough to have Shannon, who worked for me 8 hours a week, or VAs in different time zones. I really needed someone who was close enough that I knew I could talk to them all the time, who was more of not a full-time team member, but working with me like 30 hours a week. So when we first did this, some of you know my amazing team member, Linda, who now is no longer working with us. She's still really connected, but she's not a part of my team anymore. And I want to share with you the mindset that I had to go through in order to first bring Shannon on, who came on just for 8 hours a week, and then to first bring Linda on, who came on for 30 hours a week, and then to bring Kelly on, who came. We had Kelly and Linda working with us both for 30 hours a week, and how we made the transition where it's mainly Kelly is like my business partner now. So we are doing so much. It's like so amazing to have someone who I know is with me almost full time. We're looking at growing, and it's just super cool. So now that Kelly and I are like rock solid here as team members at my business, The Prepared Performer, we have been able to bring on even more team members so that we can continue to serve. And we're really building out like an agency side of our business, which is super crazy. I always say like an agency side, but it's actually a full-on agency side of our business. So we're doing loads of done-for-you services. And what this has allowed me to do is, and this is to help you prepare with, the first thing we're going to talk about is mentally preparing. Yvonne, I almost wrote "let it go" as the first thing. So you're reading my mind. Yes, Rosemary. Oh my gosh. Woohoo. Yes, I am speaking at your eWomen chapter. I love it. I love it. So good. Okay, focus, Mahoney. So mentally prepare. This, for me, was the biggest thing because I so remember knowing that I needed to, invest. It's like a big, scary thing. But if you're not willing to set aside that portion of your revenue that's coming into your business so that you can expand, it's not going to happen. And what will happen, I can guarantee you, unless you've decided not to grow, is that you will burn out. And I have been there so many times, right? So it's really a big thing about being able to let go, like Yvonne mentioned, yes, and being willing to trust. So I went through several experiences where it wasn't a good fit, and that honestly gave me a little bit of anxiety. And I so clearly remember driving home from the 90-day year. It's an event that I'm actually speaking at next week in San Diego. If anyone's in San Diego, I think you can still get tickets. It's an amazing event. And I went to the event 2 years ago as an attendee. And on my drive home, I had this like epiphany download that Shannon was the person that I needed to hire. And the reason that I knew that Shannon was the person was because I had gotten super clear about the tasks that I wanted her to perform. And I knew like exactly the type of person that needed to fill those tasks. And as I was on this long drive, I allowed myself to get quiet and to like do some visioning work almost, like who is it that's already out there in the world that can fill this spot? And so as we go through this, I want you to really work on like opening up and just understanding that that person is out there. And even now, after I think we have more than 5 team members as it is, I still go through this where I'm still like, is this going to work? And all of the anxiety and the like fear starts creeping up, but you have to trust and know that that person is out there. Yes, totally. And the reasons to have a team member, you'll be able to have more free time. It's the reason that I'm able to be here speaking and sharing the message of our business so that our other team members can take care of the other things that need to happen. And yeah, it totally helps keep you motivated because you're not able to slack off because you have someone else to be held accountable to. Totally. Yes. Amazing. Okay, ready? Here we go. I get so excited about the comments. I'm trying to be better about focusing. So know that if you have questions, keep them coming down below. And Linda, hopefully that worked with the whoops in there. I like it. Remember, you can comment below with the word team if you want my access to my live video automation tools so that you can start to automate this stuff on your own while you're prepping to get a team member. Okay. So first of all, you want to start with a partner download party. So get with somebody that you know. This, for me, these are things that I talk about with my husband. Now it's things that I talk about with Kelly, who I lovingly refer to as my life partner. And, it's about getting all of the things that you do out of your head, because way more often than not, you are actually doing so much more than you think you are doing. And, I'll say like, oh, I work this many hours a week. And then I start to realize, actually, usually after the boys go to bed, I turn my computer on and I start working again. And up until recently, I was working many times until like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I've since put the kibosh on that because I know it's not sustainable. And that's sometimes, you have to do things like that in order to get to a certain level and get those things in place so that you can let go. But if you don't start by downloading all of the tasks that you are doing, it's hard to know what to pass off. And I have found that we can stick ourselves in a place of overwhelm. And if we just move into the action of writing all that stuff down, and it's so great now, Kelly and I do this together, which is awesome. So start with the partner download. So are you going to have a partner download party? And if this is something that overwhelms you, I'm giving Dana Corey a shout out again. She was my first business coach. And she talked to me once about finances and how it used to stress me out to look at numbers. Now I love it. And one of the reasons is Dana told me to have a date with my money. So like, have a date with your numbers, have a partner download party. Don't think of this as like, I have to list all these tasks that I do. No, it's a party. Have fun. If you drink coffee, grab a cup of coffee. If you drink wine, grab a glass of wine. Make it a fun thing. Ooh, that's a great question, Angel. She said, how often do you do a download party? Monthly, weekly? You know what's actually the best idea for this is if you do it like a big, huge one, like a monthly download party, let's say, and then you keep a living document. I don't have this on my list, but this is something that I also learned at the 90-day year from Dan Martell. Oh my gosh, you know what? I have notes that I took from Dan on how to train your team 2 years ago, and I'm sure I have them in my Google Drive. I will share them with you if you want. Comment below if you want me to share those notes, and then I'll tell you where to go to get them. So I would, and then you keep a living document. So it's like a Google Doc that you can just add things to as you go. This is so powerful because those things pop up all the time. And maybe you write them on a Post-it. Like I have a Post-it note right now that has random notes on it. But if you keep it in a Google Doc, then you can keep adding to it. And as you build team, you make it a shared Google Doc so that you can keep adding that. Okay. Awesome. So that's the first thing is the partner download party. Okay, I'm going to go grab those notes. I love it. Yes. All right. So Jennifer, I'm deeming you in charge of reminding me. No pressure, Jennifer Dunham. But you guys, Jennifer has such awesome stuff on her Facebook Lives, by the way, just so you know. So Jennifer, remind me, I'm going to grab those notes and I'm going to put it into the description of this video. So come back tomorrow to this video and you'll see it in the description of this video. I'll put a link to the Google Doc. Okay, after you have this big old list, you want to categorize these things. Here's how you want to categorize them, because sometimes there's things on our list that we like to do, but we actually shouldn't be doing. I have a really cool, all of these things keep coming back to the 90-day year, which I wasn't planning on necessarily doing today, but the 90-day year is awesome. And I have something really cool in this book over there. I can see it. I'm not going to go get it. But Todd Herman, who created the 90-day year program, this is an awesome thing that he teaches, which is how to know whether you should, whether it's urgent. There's a couple of ways that I want you to categorize these. So there are a couple of ways to categorize these. So you're going to do whether it's urgent, important, not urgent, and not important. This is one way to categorize. When you do this, you're going to figure out the things that you have to do right away, the things that you have to do but not quite as soon, the things that you should do maybe, but because they're important, but they're not urgent, and then the things that you need to just get rid of. Or get rid of, and then the things that you need to delegate. It's going to help you to assign that, to understand that, okay? That's like one side of it. That's like time-based categories. The other thing is, and this is more for the delegation part of it, is what are the things that only you can do? And what I do with this is I'll go through and have my own little like grading system next to it. So the things that only you can do and the things that you love to do. So if only you can do it, here's a fun way to do it. Go through and put a star, right? Or go through and put a star. Oh my gosh, my foot is falling asleep because I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor in my hotel room. Okay, so go put a star next to it if only you can do it. And then if you love to do it, go and put a star next to it. Okay, so now the things that end up with 2 stars means only you can do it and you love to do it. The things that end up with 1 star means either only you can do it or you love to do it. Now, if it's something that you just love to do, but somebody else can do it, I'm sorry, you have to let it go. And this is something that's tricky for me because it's like, but I actually enjoy doing some of these things, but I still should not be doing them because we won't be able to hit the growth that we need to grow to and the people that we want to serve if I keep doing these things just because I think that they're fun. Right? Yes. The priority matrix. Yes, totally. But Todd is like all big on his matrices. Does Todd have an app for that, Yvonne? I know I had Todd's 90-day year app before, but okay. So yeah, so you've got to figure out what are the things that you have to do and that you love to do. Make sense? Then you're going to be left with this whole thing of other things. Now, here's okay, I'm going to actually skip to the 7th step. I'm skipping ahead. This is a tip that I got from my amazing friend Nancy Jutton, who teaches people how to speak on stage and how to get paid, get known to get paid. Super cool. She gave me the best tip when I first started working on really building out a team, which is many of us come into this, and let me know, say you're not alone if you have come into this with anxiety or with like some kind of a gripping feeling, because maybe I'm alone in that. And if I am alone in that, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So you want to come at this from a place, like if you start with this feeling of like, these are all the things that I have to do and I don't want to do them, take them off my hands. If that's how you hand them over to someone, you're passing that energy onto someone else. Instead, if you recognize these are the things that are super important in my business, and you as my amazing team member would be so much better at doing them than I would. I trust you so much and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you. I trust you so much, right? When you hand that over with love, you're expanding on the goodness and the gratitude and the generosity, as opposed to handing over this like anxiety ball. Yes. Oh, what is happening? So you want to be giving with love. Okay. Remember, we want, the next tip actually ties right into what I was just about to say. So once you have done your partner download party, you can do this once a month and then keep a living document. And I think it's such a great idea. That was such a good question, Angel, because it's a great idea to keep this going because things change. New things come in. I mean, heck, when I first started my business, I was teaching singing lessons. Then it switched to coaching about Facebook Live. Now we have this full done for you bot agency, which is super cool. But it's like if I just went to my list of what I was doing when I first started my business in 2013, it would be a totally different list, right? Okay, so yes, Trish, it's so good to see you here. Okay, then we categorize, and we have 2 different types of categories. So print the list off twice. One is that priority matrix, right? Which is important, not important, urgent, unimportant. I can't talk. Urgent, unurgent. Is that right? Whatever. Okay, important, not important, urgent, not urgent. You fit it in those matrices, then it helps you to figure out what you can just take off the list completely, right? Then you go back to the list and you look at, what do I love to do and what do I have to do, right? What are the things that only I have to do? Okay, then we're gonna get sassy. So those of you that don't know what SaaS means, it is a software as a service. So it should be only, yeah, SASSY has 2 S's. I just got confused. Okay. So this is why I love my automation tools. And there are so many things that I use that literally take the place of what a human being could be doing, so that I can give even more valuable tasks, more interesting tasks, more juicy tasks to my human team members. So this is messenger bots. This is BeLive, actually. So I could have someone running the show for me and using something like a fancier, more crazy tool like Wirecast. But if I was going to use Wirecast, there's so many other things that would have to go into developing this show. With BeLive, it's like, boom, so quick and easy. And I have this whole list of tools. So the next thing that I want you to do after you categorize based on what you should be doing is look at what tools could possibly be out there. And this is another thing about like expanding your mind. Like, what ways could I get this stuff done? Because so often it's like, there's too much to do. Maybe if you just take a step back and look at the list, you actually could figure out how you could use a tool to get that stuff done. And it's like crazy awesome. So comment below with the word team and I will send you that list of automation tools. Okay, then now you have this list of things that you know you eventually, right? Like once magic is in place, you will be doing and your team will be doing. Now, this is another place. I bet you didn't expect this to be so airy-fairy and like fuzzy. But I want you to create a vision of your team. And this is something that I think is a huge part of why I had that awesome download to hire Shannon. And I'm so glad that I did, because I had been using an awesome team of VAs in the Philippines at the time, but while they were great at so many things, they really didn't understand my voice, and I needed someone to help with my social media. And what I realized in that moment was I actually, for that job, I needed someone who could be me. And Shannon is a performer, so she does such an amazing job of literally just pretending like she's me on social media. Like, she doesn't lie to anybody, but she writes things in my voice in a really amazing way. So when you create a vision of who that team member is, this is when you might realize you already have that person. That person is already close to you. For me, we're bringing on a new executive assistant, and there's 2 very specific people that I keep picturing as people that I would love to have on my team. Those 2 people are already on someone else's team, but like that's who I'm holding as the idea of what I know I want to be bringing into mind. Number 3 was, someone just asked what was number 3? 3 was get sassy. So it's using automation tools and recognizing what can you pull off this list and use as a tool instead of worrying about hiring someone. And that's where you're also going to recognize that it might not be as much of an investment as you think that it needs to be. So create a vision of your team, and no, it doesn't have to happen immediately. You can start with just a few hours here and there. Like I said with Shannon, she only worked for me 8 hours a week, but it was amazing. Now that we have Sylvie on board, who's one of our team members, she doesn't work a huge amount of hours. She's like doing these tasks that I needed done just in little chunks, right? So you don't have to go crazy. And we have, like, I have a graphic designer that I use who I love so much, and I use him on a need basis, right? So create a vision of your team and like, who would you want to fill these roles? Okay. All right. The next tip is we're going to play Boomerang. So your team, this is like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. No, you have to actually send something out there to let people know that you're looking for a team. So, you know, for us, it was about like talking to friends and colleagues. And when I go to my eWomen Network event, like today, right? We're here today at eWomen, where I'm going to be speaking at this luncheon. We do these networking circles where we have to say, what do we need? And that's something that I would say that I needed. Like, I'm looking to hire an amazing executive assistant who wants to work 30 hours a week to help, you know, support the world and unlocking their inner awesome and standing for joy, right? I have a more specific thing with that, but someone who can be there to make sure when Kelly gets to a hotel and the hotel room isn't booked, there's like a team member that we have who can handle all of this crazy admin stuff that happens behind the scenes. So, but if I'm not sending that message out there in like a fun, playful way, I'm not going to get fun, playful, potential team members back at me, right? So, like, amazing. Wait, what did you say? Please share Google Docs, my email, la, 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 la. Yes, shout out my graphic designer. So my graphic designer is actually someone named Zoran, and I have him through Her Smart Marketing. So I should really give a shout out to them because they are an awesome service that helps you to build team. So if you are like, so if you're like, I just want to go one place where I can find someone to do all these things for me who are vetted and amazing, Her Smart Marketing is an awesome place to do that. I so love my graphic designer. I actually, through them, I had someone else who did landing pages for me. And it's cool because you can either, and I'll put their link in the description above too, with them, you can either hire someone to be full-time, or you can use their staff, little bits and pieces here and there, which is super cool. And then they'll just bill you for the hours that you've used. Like totally amazing. So by playing Boomerang, by putting it out there that this is what you're looking for, posting in Facebook groups, you know, getting really clear about that vision, about the tasks that you want to be done, about the energy that you want that person to have, about the values you want that person to have. Put it out there so you can start having things come back. And we have been working with someone named Remy, who's amazing, and she's been helping us to interview people and bring people on. There's another company that I've actually been talking to as well. What's it called? Great Assistant. I don't remember, but there's several services that we've been talking to and using about what it takes to really bring on that perfect, amazing team member. But in order to get to that place, we did all of this stuff ahead of time. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Then once you're in a place where you have like potential people that are going to be coming onto your team, hopefully you have the systems in place, right? That you're going to be passing on to them, which that's what these notes from Dan Martell are going to be so good for, because what he really talked about was creating a playbook using a Google Drive that is a playbook that's there for your whole team to have access to. So all of your, like an operations manual, and having it as a living document. So the notes that I have for that will be really helpful with that part. Okay, then you want to make sure that you're setting super clear boundaries. And this is something that we have had some interesting conversations with, because I have a tendency to be like super nice and like, oh yeah, it's okay. But our business is like a full-on real legitimate business. So this is not a time, and it's same thing for you. It's not about playing games. It's not about a hobby. It's like, this is an actual business and you have to have boundaries in place. So this is about like non-compete stuff and what was the other thing I was going to say? Non-compete and non-disclosure. So making sure that you are smarty pants about having contracts in place and that people know, like, if the person that you're working with, like Sylvie, for example, she is a VA that we hire. If she happens to be looking to do a few more hours a week for another entrepreneur, is that okay for her to reach out to people in our Facebook group to make those connections and offer her services? I don't know. You got to make sure that you set those boundaries, right? So this is something that came up. This is something that came up where those boundaries weren't clearly set and things got a little fuzzy. And so it wasn't like because of ill intent. It's just that when we are so, like, for you as well, you're most likely building a community, and it's all of the people in your community are there, and the people in your community trust you. And if someone is going to be from your team is going to be like potentially working with them, is that going to be something that you are set, like, is there a way that you would refer them, or is it something that they can just jump in to your database and contact those people? You want to make sure that you are crazy clear about that. Okay. So Melissa, yeah. So that says, I'm a horrible person to set boundaries, which to me also, that's so funny, Melissa, knowing that you were like in the service, it seems like you would be someone who would have boundaries in place, right? But we're all in the same boat. So just make sure you have it written down, it's agreed upon, and that like open communication. You know, anytime there is something that comes up that's like maybe questionable, talk about it head on. This is not the time for drama and, you know, behind the scenes, or like assuming that someone understands something or knows something. You have to address these things head on. Okay. And then number 7 is give with love. So when you actually are putting these tasks off to someone else, if you're in a place where you're like, this is stressing me out, somebody take care of it, nobody's going to want to do that. So with these tasks, really, like, and this seems so basic, but it's so true. And, you know, we work on this with our kids, but sometimes we forget to do this as adults. So just really work on the gratitude and saying please and thank you and asking in a place of love. And like with the one more thing, a couple more things with the boundaries thing, make sure that people know if there's a deadline that something is expected to be done by, that you're clear about that deadline. If there's a certain way you want things, like communication. For me, I make sure everyone on my team knows I want to be over communicated with. Like if I didn't get back to you about something, bug me until I get back to you. That never bothers me, but somebody else may be completely different. So this also comes back to, as you're mentally preparing, that you probably have to do some self-work as well, right? One other little thing that I want to address as we're talking about this is if you're worried about paying for a team member. So we have hired team members who have come anywhere from $3 an hour to several, I mean, I've had coaches and stuff that are like probably over, I don't know, several $100s an hour, $1,000 an hour. I don't know. So, you know, I've had things on both sides of the spectrum. And you have to recognize the long-term value of investing in something like that. It can seem super flippin' scary at first, but think about if you don't, and I'll also be clear, like in order to get our business to where it's at today, there have been many credit cards that I have put things on in order to get my business to where it is today. And you don't always, I mean, that's not something that everyone has to do, but you have to recognize and be smart about the fact that in order to make that leap, there is an investment that has to be made. And sometimes you are going to have to put that investment out. Like let's look at like colleges, right? How much do colleges cost now? Like $30,000 or something, or probably even more. I don't know. That's terrifying to think about. But that, like, look at that and all the time and money that goes into college. And what happens when you graduate? A lot of the times, nothing. Like, right? But the lessons that you've learned and the person that you become and the way that you can go back and apply everything that you've gained out of that education are most likely life-changing, right? So if you're going to hire someone to take care of something like copywriters to write your email sequence, it might seem like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I paid so much to have those emails written. But are you going to keep using those emails over and over again? And are you going to bring in sales because of those emails? Probably yes, if you hire a good copywriter, right? Yes, Leslie, you have to spend some money to make some money. And yes, there are other ways to do it, but here's what it is. It's either money or time. So you have to figure out what's most valuable to you. And if you go back and you make this list and you categorize, like you do the partner download party and you categorize things. And this is another thing that Todd does so well. Are you doing $10 tasks, $20 tasks, $100 tasks, or $1,000 tasks? So for me, I want to focus in my business on doing those $1,000 tasks. There's not someone else who can, you know, luckily, like at this point now, we're getting to a point where Kelly's going to start speaking about bots too, which is so super cool. But the way that we've built things out right now, I need to be the one who's out there doing the videos and speaking on stage and doing all of that, right? And connecting with people. I can't have someone else come do that. And those in our business, the way that we've categorized these things, those are the $1,000 tasks. So if I have to say no to a speaking engagement because I'm so busy doing admin stuff, we're missing out on huge growth. right? You have to open up. Like if you're trying to fit stuff in and there's no room, it's not going to work. You have to open up the space to be able to allow the things to come in. This applies to so much, right? Yes, I love Todd too. So good, Trish. Yay. Trish, are you going to the 90-day year? Totally. And Rachel says a CEO shouldn't be doing $20 tasks. He should be in front of the company doing $1,000 tasks. Yes. And so this is the thing, Rachel, is that a lot of us, when we get started, we're not in that CEO mindset. And it's so cool that we have the opportunity to jump in and do amazing, fun things like build a business online. But at some point, we have to make a mental, and that's where it came back to like mentally prepare yourself for this. You have to make that shift, right? Yeah, you have to make that shift so that you can really step into the CEO position in your business. And hold up, the other thing is not only so that you can do the $1,000 tasks, but so that you can actually like live a life, right? And this year I am like super committed to that and making sure that when my kids are on break from school, I'm able to go on an amazing vacation with them. I'm able to go like, continue to work, but have the team to support if I do want to step away. We went on a cruise. I think I technically worked 2 to 3 hours while I was on that cruise because we had these systems in place, and I had Kelly and our other team members there to hold down the fort, which I am so crazy grateful for. And it makes me so happy to know that every month I can throw my credit card at Kelly's face. And it also, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, but it's like great because I know that by doing that, I'm able to bring in more clients and I'm able to serve more people. And I know wholeheartedly that we can actually make a difference in this world. Okay, I am going to run. I'm going to go check in at our event today. If you found this valuable, share this with your clients, with your teams. Remember, when you comment below with the word shared, I will be going through all of those comments and finding a few of you to shout out on our next video. Also, remember to come and check back with this video later this week because I'm going to be adding show notes, and comment below with the word team if you want access to my live video automation tools. It's all the tools that we use in our business so that we can get things automated and free up that time. Yes, thank you, Melissa. She says, Charlie and Frankie totally see the priorities. Hey, Rosemary, I will. And actually, Rosemary, I was just talking to my husband about how we're coming to your chapter in October because that's another time when the boys are randomly on break. So we're going to take the boys with us to New York, which I'm so stoked about. Like, it's so good. Thank you, Rachel. So good. Oh, and last little thing for those of you that are still here, in case you missed it, we're giving away my favorite suitcase over on my business page, The Prepared Performer. So it's like the most amazing suitcase in the whole world. If you've missed the suitcase saga, look for the hashtag suitcase saga. But it's the Smart Birdie suitcase, and it's so amazing. And it's sitting right there, but it's like open and unpacked. So go over to my business page and enter to win. Okay. Hooray! Thank you so much. I love it. Tamara, so good to see you guys. I love, all the mall stars too. Shoot, I had this with me. I was going to show this. Dang nabbit. I'm so glad the mall stars made it to Tucson. Okay, give me a mall stars if you're a mall star. Thank you. Yay, that's so good, Rosemary. I love it. Okay, I'm signing off. I'll see you soon. Bye. Ooh, also make sure to check your messages from us because we may change this time to 9 a.m. Who knows? Okay.